What'd you write? You're always writing cringe. What kind of cringe? Kind of gets you called a Sonic Kenny? Okay. All right. Hey, don't you hawk that filth on my Christian channel. I'm kidding. It's not that kind. It's not that kind of stuff. Actually, that's a bad implication when I call it when I use those phrases together. I think no, it's not that kind of filth. Don't you hawk it on my channel. I saw a controller button prompt there. Who the fuck plays this game with a controller? Hawk tour. Spit on that thing! Ugh, what the fuck are we doing? Okay, so we still don't know who the caller is. Ask Q. Oh yeah, I probably know that. I should have to do that too. And then I think we will talk to Claudia. Cunovolts. The dead man's clothes were in the trash container. How'd they get there? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Did we die last time? No, we didn't. We didn't die last time. I mean, we almost did, I think. We passed out after reading that letter in our secret compartment. The secret compartment of my secret box. I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene. Listen. He stops you. Q doesn't care about the small-time shit. Just listen. Q saw what you did there. Dumpster diving. Sad shit. Q could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Q's wearing. He points to his pants. You see? Good price. 500 real. Your size, good price, 500 real. You have to be blind not to notice the giant white letters FLAN running down his trouser leg. I already have pants. Wait, I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen them lying around. You get to slurp on that decaf guacamole gamer for 9,000. It's called water, you troglodyte. I kid. Look, Kino ain't seen his shit lying around except for that flobbert you took away. Now you want the performance gear or not, Grandpa? Lieutenant remained silent, but his expression couldn't say "I told you so" any louder. Alright, entertain me. What's so great about these pants? Pig, these are FLAN modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch. Urban survival shit. Made in Morova by scientists. Pants scientists. Believe it, you need this shit. He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic wrap pants. They're graphite black and look brand new. Oh, he actually has nice pants. Okay. These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. No, Kino, you don't know anything about the tampering I'm investigating, and I already have pants. Whatever. Kino's trying to help you, but you're too fat for FLAN anyway, pig. There's also a mug in the trash. Fuck? A mug in the trash? This is about the fucking clothes again? Adequate depiction of a South Samaritan man. Quaint, better not taken out of its historical context mug have anything to do with it. I like that one. Yes, does this racist mug have anything to do with it? Yeah, Kino sees where this is going. Kino's got that fast brain. He whispered excitedly. You're saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, because he's the clothes fucker. Can't hear you, Kino. Speak louder, Kino. That's exactly what I'm saying, Kino. Someone has tampered with the crime scene. You gotta clean some of it up. Shit, that's tense. He thinks for a moment. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. He nods in approval. The kid may have something there. He's already come up with an interrogation technique, too. Kino doesn't know who put that shit in there. If he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can. Stop turning into a pig, Kino. We're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. She let out a hiss, even meaner than before. Get with my Kino, flubberts. No, I'm not being censorious. That's actually what they're saying. Yeah, Kino jumps back. Get your bacon shit away. Kino's like to be seen with a popo. Get your shit down out of Kino's face. Yeah, I might have questions later. Ooh. Those are good pants, actually. Oh, but I don't have enough money for them. I look back at chat and I see decaf guacamole gave her fart 9,000 and I just... I just can't read chat anymore. That's it. Knock knock. You cry a little tear of joy. No, I cry a tear of something. It's not joy, though. Who is it? A woman's voice answers, muffled by the door. This is the police. Can we come in? Come on up. The door is open, she shouts. I'm drying my hair. Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You can snoop around before going up. Ah, classic police work. Close the door behind you. You're not coming in with me, Kim. Oh, no. You actually can't come through the door. No, you can come in with me, Kim. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Sorry. Sorry about that. Wait, where you go? Okay, you know, fine. Fine, if you're gonna be difficult, I won't close the fucking door then. Hotel bill calculations look like she's had an extended stay. House of dirty clothes, a woman's. Nothing interesting yet. To the yard below, the corpse is no longer there. Medicine cabinet's full of weird sheets of pills haphazardly stacked on top of one another. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there. You got it. It's been used quite a lot. Well, you need a new fucking toothbrush, man. Look at the medications. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet, and pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners. This reminds me of somebody. There's quite the collection here. Anything of note? He asked in a lower voice. Search the bottles. Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoparidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads Nacra. Nacra? That's used to treat opioid overdoses. Always handy to have around. Nacra, opioid antagonist. Interesting. That's used for diamorphine overdoses. Lieutenant nods and looks at the door. Search the pill sheets. Ooh. Amongst of foreign, probably Messinian or Gottwaldian marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? It's gonna take a little know-how. Let's try it. Yeah, okay, that's not good. I'm not gonna do that, but a bright orange bottle with Preptide stamped on it in sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby! That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms are gonna sweat just holding that little plastic container. What's so exciting about this orange bottle? It's speed, man! Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine. Talk about psychological disorders, but what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed. Yeah, I'm gonna fail that roll. It's gonna fuck up real bad. Lieutenant, I also see a brand called Preptide. If I had a high percentage on that, I might consider it. But if that's below 50%, I'm gonna fail that roll, and it's gonna make Kim angry. I'll see a brand called Preptide. Preptide, euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed. Fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy. Yeah, now it's even lower. The keyboard navigation leaves something to be desired. Also, I should probably change my gloves. Not those ones. These ones. There we go. Need the proper drip. That's half of Adderall. The other half's meth. Actually, wait, no, that's what meth is, isn't it? I'm stupid. What'd I miss? We talked to Kuno about some shit. It wasn't that important. In the previous streams, I did the honor cop conversation, and I got the thought. I think I opened the door for... The other half's just amphetamine. Well, that's what that was. I opened the door for Everard. I'm also gonna get the signatures later, but I'm gonna forge those. What else happened? Oh yeah, I got the secret compartment. Got into the secret compartment and read the letter. Probably a bad idea. Oh, I'm getting congested. Okay. This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. Run your finger across the surface of the glass. Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges, but the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, Lieutenant leads in closer to inspect the surface. This window was recently replaced. Looks like it, yes. He dusts his glasses. So I'm guessing the yellow outline things are like perception related. It seems like that. Hang on. Nope, can't do anything. Okay. Smells cigarette smoke in the air. Astra menthol. Look, a handful of dried white wildflowers. Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air. Move your hand fast. The wind brushes them off the roof. They're gone. Yeah, I'm not gonna break into that random door. Well, with her standing around, that seems like a bad move. Welcome to the roof. The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other. Damn, you have a rooftop balcony? That's sweet. Her hair is still slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean. Sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. Nice view you got here. It's much nicer now. Her eyes wander north toward the yard. Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer. Thank you for that, officers, truly. Yeah, we put it in a bear fridge. I also did that. Yeah, I moved the... Okay, hold on. Another thing, I got the bullet from the skull, from the body. It wasn't until I moved into the bear fridge, though. So we also got in the Doom commercial area, but I think you saw that. Something in her light brown eyes is sadness when she thinks about the death of that man. You mentioned a cleaning lady. I think I need one. Oh yes, Legends of Roof number 1 have made their way around the building. They say it's a portal to hell is open in there. No, I just trashed the place. I know. She smiles with her eyebrows. That's probably also why the cleaning lady lit. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, the lieutenant steps in. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I see you've already met my colleague. Have you grown accustomed to your role as a police officer? I have barely an idea of what I'm doing. That's unimportant to the case at hand. Yeah, I see that I can see that you have, officer. She nods. Yes, we're investigating the murder of the man down there. He looks down at the yard. The people who put him in there have asked us to talk to you. I love the bear fridge, the absurdity of it being too realistic. Ah, I see. She takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette. Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like I hear you've been through something difficult. No need to dilly-dally, she's tough. Thanks, coach, but I'll dilly-dally this time. You'll sound like a namby-pamby. What is your name, miss, for the record? Clausi Amandu. Same name Matthias gave you. It sounds Oranese, as does her accent. Her birthmarks also signal Orani. You don't know why, but Oranese girls tend to come speckled with them. Are you from Orani? Right, sir. Red Fort, Republic of Orani. I guess you would say I'm an Oranese expatriate. How old are you? 28. Look a bit old. No. What do you do, miss? What is your specialization? Something stupid. What's that? Oranese lit? Oranese lit? Oranese literature. That's what I study at the university. She raises both eyebrows. What's Oranese literature about? Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are. Only name of the nation changes. That just sounds like Russian literature. If that's true, then Revolutionary lit would fit you like a glove. What do you do with that? Nothing. I do nothing with it. How do you make money then? Money is very important. Cool. I made more money just being than I have with Orany's lit. Being what? Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary, Miss Orany 37. She smiles. It's the world's most tired smile. Miss Orany, now there's something you should linger on. Wouldn't it be inappropriate to linger? All things considered, very. Now linger. No, I'm not. Take a look at your passport. Afraid you can't, officer. Why is that? Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag in an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets. Thank you for your candor. Why? They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person and when west of the river. I don't think they meant it that way. Pretty sure I have the legal right to demand your passport, miss. Look, officer, she turns to face you both. I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel documents. Well, I mean, you already don't have them. They're in a fucking river. I want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Bookie Street, and I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom. And I know you've told us your real name. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clausy Amandu. It's a weird name. Okay, then. Okie dokie. If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression or any of her movements. Thank you, that's it. The record's so official. They tell us you've been through something difficult. Something difficult? She raises her eyebrows. Been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean? Were you sexually assaulted, miss? By sexually assaulted, you mean raped? She takes a quick drag, unperturbed. Yes. It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it? She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered. Well, actually, it's evening, miss. Actually, is it? Squinting, she takes a look around. The sun sets in the sea, long shadows pass over the plaza below. It is evening. She looks into her coffee cup. Time flies, man. So were you? Yeah. She draws out the word. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him. By him, she must mean the victim. Tell it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, search for the word then shrugs. Rapeable. Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted? Well, not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear that the latter would be spicier. Titus asked you to spice things up for us? Yeah, pretty much. She cradles her coffee cup in both hands, warming them. She must be very cold and exhausted this life. What did happen between you and the victim? We partied. Hey, partied. Where have I heard that before? A lot of partying going on. From Titus. About her and Titus' relationship. That's where you heard it. I'm kidding. What do you mean partied? We drank, sir. Took a sip of her coffee. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked them. What else? Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex. Understood. Must have been hard for you, seeing him there. Oh yes. I've had a great view. From the roof out of the bathroom window in my dreams. A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look at the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer. You called us. The RCM. Yes. Jackpot. Call. Reporting the hanging. That was you? I made it. She nods. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching. Reporting crimes is confidential and Revachol, miss. If it's snitching, then why do it? I couldn't handle it anymore. She takes a drag, her voice thick with disgust. None of these people called. They just kept hanging here. Then they just started stripping him. The voice was disguised, he asked, clearly wishing to distract her from the images. Did you... I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. Just just put a running fan in front of your face, or do the thing like in Better Call Saul where he puts like the like the cardboard tube with a paper towel. I know neither of you probably know what I'm talking about, but Nick did how with nail clippers. I diverted some radio fuzz into it into the cold wire. So she's Garty's mystery phone cutter. In the process, it broke the landline downstairs. Oh, did I? She looks to her coffee. Ugh, fuck, I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing. I go through all the trouble. I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires. Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do. I didn't want to, sir, but if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there. What can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age? I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him like he is now. I can't talk about this, I don't know, hair. Another puff. More nervous. I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later. Fancy sees him in her dream. No, I'm not going to say anything with that. You pissed it all away. All of it. ELYSIUM. What does that mean? Shit. Well, we'll find that out another playthrough. When did they hang him before, if not rape? He had something to do with the strike. One's been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing, she thinks. But you probably know all about it. And his role in the strike was what? I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military. Worked for Wild Pines and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean, but I understood it was dangerous. And they lynched him for it? She nods. Why was there a bullet in his head? Bullet? There's a silence. Her brows meet in the middle for a pained frown. They shot him too? They stripped his clothes and they shot him. You mean after they hanged him? I'm confused, sorry. So am I. Were you aware that he'd also been shot, miss? Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me and Sylvie, the bartender. It's hard to know what to think about that answer. Yeah. She's just tired. Don't push her too much. That's a spicy combination of skill checks right there. I wonder what would have happened if I got that the other way around. How do the Hardy boys know you? They're frequent guests downstairs. She looks at the floor. It's tarred. They have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now. How'd you meet? Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. Did you party? A little, yeah. Like you partied with the deceased? No, not as hard. I'm sorry I have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy boys? I have. Which one? Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously, but as I said, it's been a long winter. Could that have been part of the reason they lynched him? No, don't mention that. Don't be tactful, she doesn't care. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm being more sensitive in this conversation than I need to be. I don't think she gives a shit. Thank you for telling all this, miss. She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid. Should we head back downstairs, officer? Lieutenant looks at you. We may have things to discuss there. Ooh, this is interesting. As he says so, you feel the young woman... That'll be the delayed trauma reaction. I don't know. I feel like this is like... I feel like that's more post-trauma. I feel like the trauma has come a lot earlier than you think. As he says so, you feel a young woman looking at you and get a feeling you can't quite put your finger on. A suspicion? I had something else before we go. A little thing. Wait, what is it? What's the suspicion? Hang on. I guess I'll do this. I noticed your room is close to mine. I have a personal question. Yes, just one room away. Pour yourself more coffee. Very personal. Were you in Sunday night? I need to know what I did before I lost my memory. You do not need to know that. What you need to is to ask normal police questions like... Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here. Okay, fine. So I don't know what the fuck it is. Oh yeah, they are. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's what that fucking is. I need higher volition, obviously. See, I appreciate that... Hang on. Oh, no. Ah, shit. Whatever. I'll talk about it later. Kim wants to talk. I know Kim wants to talk, and I wanted to point something out first. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I know Kim wants to talk. I saw the little speech bubble. I know he said he wanted to fucking talk. Don't shout it at me in the chat. Spilled water on myself. Fantastic. Ooh. Not a whole lot. It'll be fine. Looks like we have more to discuss with these so-called Hardy boys. His voice is lowered. Half the reason just went out the window. This will make them cooperate? Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We stripped off one layer of whatever it is. His decision not to not corroborate the story... Wait, her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan. Why did she tell us all that? What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. Not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. She seems candid. You think so? A shadow runs across his face. Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor with some facts thrown in draws attention away from whatever one chooses to omit. She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation. And anyway, we should move. I suspect our inquiries will bring us back here soon enough. Good thing Kim's immune to her charms because he's gay. Okay, anyway, as I was saying, I appreciate... Wait, no, wrong loading zone. I appreciate that they put the loading zone for the stairs here instead of here. Because this is blocked off by this thing. So instead they put it down here. Very helpful. I appreciate it. Honor cop always closes the door. Yes. Part of my code of honor. Except the one time you opened one. That was different. Okay, that was a thing. Yeah. We did it for honor. Clausy in room 3, she nicked the phone line. Why? He stops himself. Oh, no, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the building. He really doesn't like it being Clausy. You have Lena. Lena's a good customer. Yeah, well, she's not a guest, is she? What? Did someone mention my name? We're just paying you a compliment and finding out a degenerate from room 3 nicked the phone line. Everything's okay here. He yells and turns to you. Good thing that guest pays her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it. Is there anything else? No, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but whatever. You know, I'll talk to the Hardys in a bit, but I think there's something else. This is literally everything, okay. Okay, I don't think there is anything else. I'm gonna go a little bit further south just to explore a bit. Because I really haven't gone down there much. Scribbled between the thighs of a page 3 girl, l'origine du disco. Oh, I didn't get that one thought from it. Okay, that's probably for the best, actually. Ooh, that's a lot of Riel, but no. I don't know if I want to sell that antique. Yeah. Okay, the water lock doesn't keeps you from getting further. Ooh, money. Yeah, so we can't go any further south until day 3, as I suspected. Money, money, money. A wealthier man I never was. One missed opportunities I wish the feminism dialogue thought did more imagine unlock more unhinged political dialogue. Yeah, it just gives you a bigger authority check against men, which is useful, but like, yeah. I feel like a lot of the thought should do more than just buffing your stats. It was white morning. Little guy gets further and further away. 5 hours. You see yourself from above. Hang on, I gotta do the dramatic voice. You see yourself from above. You're passed out in the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter. The mention of what? A great white object letting out its sweet smell. Like a lily of the valley. The little man's forgotten its name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend. A bottle of Commodore Red. Puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. Ultra liberal with feminist characteristics, honestly based. Yes, you again. What is it? Clausy says she wasn't raped. Fuck. The big man's eyes and veins bulge. That fucking whore couldn't be trusted. You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more than that. The loyal Titus feels betrayed. For the record, she steps in forcefully. Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore. Nor did he say anything about trusting her. Ah, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He turns back to you. You raped her. It's out of his fucking mind. You have no idea. She's in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you. Yeah, she's crazy, you know. The rat-faced man says carefully. A crazy bitch, you know the type. She's fucked up. Got the bullshit. She told me the truth. Lawman, he says through clenched teeth. I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her. His hands become fists. You went and pushed her. Something breaks in him. He takes a step closer and says, I'm going to fucking hit you. Duck. Titus Hardy. Her voice rings through the room like a warning shot. Success. Titus backs off. Fist down, everybody. Goddamn, no one tells you to put your fist down. If Rat personally sent me to take care of this, if this goes south, I'll be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood? The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The rest of the cafeteria has gone quiet too. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. Second in command. Look, Copper. The tattooed man snaps his fingers to get your attention. You know the dead fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. He turns to Titus, who's still breathing heavily. What's the harm, right? Here, jerkwad. He slams an audio tape on the table. Listen to this shit and come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse is an innocent man. Why should I care about the tape? You lied to me. You don't care about evidence? The fuck are you a cop for, then? Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They're fucking keeping score on their bulletin boards. Don't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about. So it's on the tape. What's on it? We call it the Door Gunner Mega Mix. You'll know why once you listen to it. Where'd you get this tape? You think we go in this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones that know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that. So you bugged them? How? We have machines, he nods. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff. Understood. You've listened in on communications. He takes a little note. How long? Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons. That's not funny. Things got nice and quiet after that. Okay, maybe it's a little funny. Which one of you is doing the advanced radio work then? It's not advanced, the heavy man wheezes. You're just holed up in a coop all day writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there. Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work. The chief picks his beard back up to offer a silent toast. Yeah, man, you're like a radio genius or something. Those are some in-depth shit stuff, indexes and shit. I'm losing shit already. Where can I listen to this? Sure we can find a tape player, Lieutenant whispers. Where can I listen to this? I just try shoving up your ass, genius. Yeah, play with your ass, cocksucker. His voice echoes like thunder in the small room. Sure we can find a tape player, it's not a problem. That's enough for now. Don't forget your tape, lawman. Pushes a little tape towards you with his giant hand. Compliments of Titus Hardy. Yeah, we'll take the tape. You do that, he says, adjusting his belt buckle. Oh, and keep it. Maybe it'll be a reminder of human ugliness someday. Okay. It's a bowl. There's spit in it, reeking of tobacco. Ew, disgusting. It's on the fucking floor. At least put it on the table. Can't be that much harder to spit into. Southwest across the canal. We can't do that till tomorrow. Can't do that till later. There's not much we can do right now. I'll check the tape player in my room. We'll never go in Ken's room. Alright, tape player. The compact tape player is still in silence. Seems to have completely broken down now. The machine was made in Revachol by a company called Le Mercier. Their logo depicts the triple-powered Delta skyline. It was supposedly built to last. This would have been very helpful with the Mega Mix, he stares at the tape player, but it isn't anymore. Yeah, any ideas? My Kanema only comes with a radio. Let's try to find a new tape player. Perhaps we talk to Roy at the pawn shop. He has stuff. Hang on, I got it. Let's go expressioning. Oh, no, we can't. I know I sent you both that realization I had that the hide the pain Harold meme is literally the expression. I haven't talked to Joyce in a while. I should probably do that. I keep making plans to go, and I don't. Keep forgetting exactly where she is. It's further up here. Hang on. Customary. There we go. Right in the face. You're back. Good. What can I help you with? I've talked to Everard Clare. You have? How'd you like Mr. Clare? Finally, time to choose sides. He's a bloated rainbow socialist. Ah, that's a new term. He's not the champion I have chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you and the cause of capital. Yes. What? I'm afraid you have misread the situation, Detective. It's not some feudal conflict, it's a negotiation. But, honor cop! No! I know it's probably not correct, but I like to imagine blue hair and pronouns. I like to imagine this is specific with the intersection of honor cop and ultra liberal. If it were a conflict, the RCM would not pick sides. My colleague's unusual approach to police work does not represent the organization at this time. I've seen him, and believe me, it's a conflict. I've picked my side in the coming storm, and it's you. Well, I can't stop you, can I? Just understand that I expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. How have you felt like passing some information? How can I stop you? Are you not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping. Tell her. She'll like you for it. Yes, your disgusting tie agrees completely. Let's gossip. I'm pretty sure... I don't want to tell her too much, because if you do, I think that kind of plays into Everard's hand, and I don't want to do that. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. I'm not gonna do that. That's gonna make him not like me. Maybe I'll do it later, when he's not here. He asked me to open a door. A referral, you mean? I take it was for someone in the RCM. She raised her hand. Don't answer that. No, I mean like a real door to someone's house. Oh my, a real door? The lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear the nylon-nosed jacket rustle as he looks at you. Yeah, I helped scare someone for Mr. Clare. What I'm hearing is, she says slow and teacher-like, you inspected the premises because you suspected I was involved in the narcotics trade. And in the process, you turned up some information relevant to your investigation. Only from Everard, surprisingly. Frankly, what was done was not pretty at all, but neither was it illegal, and it was not for nothing. He turns to you. This seems serious. I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight. Ooh, yeah, I think I may have. I told him about the mercenary tribunal. He didn't seem too worried. Brinkmanship or saber rattling was surrounded by Union men who wanted to impress. He wasn't trying to impress anyone. I think he wants things to escalate. Or he wants you and me to believe he wants to go to war. It's always that risk, man, but if I may offer my opinion, he means it. Yeah, Kim's right. I'm pretty sure he meant it. I'll think it over, Detective. Thank you for relaying this information to me. This gave her pause. She's pensive suddenly. Hard to say about what. Everard says Wild Pine said mercenaries after the Union and now one's dead. Misinformation. This is all because we haven't shared information on the lynching yet. See, already the adversary uses it to advantage. Don't let him. Hurry up on that probe. The moment you tell me you're finished with that traffic jam, I will gladly tell you the company's side of the story. She was worried for a moment that she's overplayed her hand by not sharing info sooner, and she settles down curious to hear more. The Union's militant wing organized the lynching. Yeah, she leans slightly closer. That's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys, they're called. A crooked smile returns to her face. I find the name rather amusing, honestly. Everett asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation, which they haven't really. How benevolent, she thinks for a second. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out, if they haven't already. Well, we appreciate your assistance, ma'am. I'm afraid we can't discuss specifics of an ongoing investigation with you. That's only fair. Yeah, I've said all I can. You know, we'll talk more when we'll talk more when Kim's not here, I think. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff when Kim's not here. Hopefully I'll be able to talk to Lena. I don't think I'll be able to. She'll probably be gone by then. But if I can, I'm gonna ask her about more cryptids, because I want to hear more about the cryptids. But Kim didn't want to talk about cryptids. Kim's a wet blanket. I don't want to make him sad, so. Mystery box. Kim will actually enjoy hearing about the cryptids you convince him to listen. Well, shit. I need to be more daring. I'm too careful. I'm afraid of saying anything weird. It's just like real life. It's trying to be a boring person. Secret autism to unlock. Special interest thought. Honestly, you could say Harry was autistic. I would believe you. Okay. Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbor until it happened. Form a guess about what happened. A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline, fired from the water, straight shot into Revachol. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling until it was destroyed, and they had a direct firing line. Taking the ocean. The waves of Martinez Inlet roll over the fallen remains of the building. The dark waters obscure the better part of the remains. This is where the damage comes from somewhere in the inlet. The cannons. Look at the ruins in the water. Those arches acted as support for something greater than what you see now. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt. Underwater, iron helmets have sunk deep into the sand and the mud. Helmets of soldiers and their finger bones too, and clavicles, littering the ocean floor. Who did this? The fleet. The combined armies of the Occident and Grad. The mess volunteers. 5-nation army. 7-nation army gonna... No, hundreds of vessels. They massed airships further down. In the Bay of Revachol, the artillery was so powerful the ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored into the ocean floor as well. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow in the water. Far in the northeast, cannons still ready to placate Revachol. Coalition warship Archer can shoot 50 shells a minute, or on 20 co-aligned arches. They will reach the city in 58 seconds. That's not a fun fact. I thought you only had fun facts. Actually, no, you don't only have fun facts. Hey, Kim, you know who shelled our city? Coalition, says the lieutenant, but that was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here. He's not like talking politics of this kind. He fears the discussion might lead to disagreements, as it often does. Time to go. We want to talk to Sydney. We are talking to Lena. I got best to check with you. Nah. Not yet. It's over 50, but I'm not gonna try. Well, not yet. I'd really like to hear about more cryptids. Yeah. You know, to hell with it. Let's have more cryptids. Of course, officer. She smiles politely. Is there a particular cryptid you two are interested in learning about? What's the biggest one? Well, that's kind of contradictory there. But Kim, don't you want to hear about another cryptid too? Lieutenant pauses thoughtfully. Something in him breaks. That's funny. Fuck it. Let's have more cryptids. Well, the biggest cryptid is, of course, the horrible giant of Coconur. The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Coconur Desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes. I love that. Fuck it. Okay, thank you for telling me about that, actually. What do you mean, strange light? A mirage, or a psychogenous luminance. Me when I get a new hyperfixation. He does not elaborate the nature's luminance further. So how big is it? No one knows for sure. It's like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision. Is it dangerous? Towering luminosity of Coconur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others a fate unmanageable. I don't know what that is. Hooey, the lieutenant interjects. No animal can be that large. It's a mirage. Well, that's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Coconur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Someone says a gravity anomaly below the Coconut Desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes. Okay, last time we were here, the Gnome of Jeroma was apparently a real thing that you looked up. Mod. So, look up Giant of Coco Nur and see if it's based on anything real. Great, this is great shit. You need more. Tiniest cryptid? Cryobacter catlensis. Catlensis, she answers immediately. Cryobacter catlensis? Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Katla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Catlin Mijano some 70 years ago. What's so special about it? The bacterial colony of Mijano had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate, certainly from before recorded history. Mijano disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study, no doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life. Being alive is terrible, yeah. I intend to live forever too as a symbol. That's hardcore, honestly. Wait, she injected herself with it? Yes, the bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It's not hard to see where she could have gotten that idea. It's actually a little hard to see. He looks at her skeptically, but go on. You mean there's an immortal geologist wandering the world? Yes, and she's quite mad, too. After she treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging, but also became increasingly eccentric and irascible, so that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away. We can assume she's been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all known except for the Cryobacter catlensis coursing through her bloodstream. Are there any invisible cryptids? What an interesting question, and the answer is yes, there are. Of course, all fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them. Shush, Kim, you gotta tell me about the invisible cryptid. What is it? It's the Coldomama-de-Qua. The woman corrects her glasses. Its name means thin whisper of sound. That's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Coldomama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track. Coldomama-de-Qua can also be translated a whisper light and low. A whisper light and low. Yes, that's another translation. Her eyes light up behind her glasses. They're both quite lovely, aren't they? Oh, the low part is a little ironic. The Coldomama-de-Qua, I'm going to say it in the exact same fashion every single time, makes, or rather is, such a high-pitched sound that other animals, including humans, can't hear it. Could be everywhere all the time and we wouldn't know. Oh my god. Fine, I'll bite. The lieutenant looks at you skeptically. How can an animal be a sound? Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves, but there's no evidence to support this theory. Could it be here? Could be. As I said, it could be everywhere, and we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights. Maybe it's predatory? What if it's predatory? It's not. Don't worry. If it were predatory, we would have found it by the damage it inflicts. I wouldn't be so sure. What if the damage is also invisible? What evidence is there of this animal being a sound? Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 20s, a group of aeropagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the E mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds. Songbirds. The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what happened to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls. What do they eat? She transformed speaking about these strange animals into a confident woman. They realized they had discovered a new species and called it the Coldomama-de-Qua, after the Paracarnassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent. Go on. They grew quite obsessed with these little birds, even though they couldn't see them. They could distinguish among individual birds and, she smiles, even began to name some of them. Name them. Sequester, Time, Josquin, she nods. Those are but some of the Ma-Ma-de-Qua they followed individually. Why is the Ma-Ma-de-Qua so afraid of us? That's a sad story, she frowns. A group of university students assisting with the field work and their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction. Extinction? She nods gravely. They tried to communicate with it, and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mama de Quas. And what happened was... And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear? This lady really should be a teacher. She's really good at the explaining things thing. Psst, they cancel each other out. They cancel each other out? Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population. Great regret washes over her, a wending cloth. After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in E, but they're few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Col do Ma de Qua population anywhere. Of course, a common thread in these: disappearance and unfalsifiability. He concedes. I like the story, though, ma'am. I'm glad you did, dear. What about? Alright, this has been educational, so now we need to discuss something else. Of course, dear. That's all for now. Did we get a thought for that? Guess not. Thought we did. Yeah. Ah, there it is. What's that? Could it be the Col do Ma de Qua? No, it's probably just your imagination ringing in your ear. Is it? Is there a ringing? There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. You said it was very high-pitched, right? It's like something tickles your ear. I think that's called tinnitus. Honestly, your ear isn't hearing a lot. The distant hum of the industrial harbor, the traffic, but admittedly, there is a high-pitched noise somewhere there, too, but then, isn't there always? Here it is again. You're about to rediscover a long-lost species. Must be very close. Maybe, just maybe it'll come towards you. Keep still. It might perch on your shoulder. What are you doing? You're a police officer, not a pansy ornithologist. The only birds you should be looking for are healthy women of childbearing age. Oh no, the sound, it's moving away. Somewhere over there. Go after it. Oh, too late. It's gone. There's no ringing anymore, just the sound of the streets. No, come back, please. Keep your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you're sure to hear it again. What does this give me? You've heard it. The mysterious Col do Ma de Qua. You're certain that you did. Well, maybe not quite certain, but let's say you're hopeful. Because it would make you very special to be the only human being who can hear this invisible, incorporeal bird, this animate whisper, this particle of sound. You're gonna have to keep listening. Sharpen your ear. Actually, we should go... It's after 2100, so I think we should go talk to Sunday Friend. Well, that's a spoiler. Just... I think we'll probably do that and then call it before we end the day. Then next stream we can do the end of day debrief. Going to day 3. Curtain shift just a little, someone's watching from within. Oh, we're being watched. Rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Gendarmerie, you found me. The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette. Feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight. And his shirt's still unbuttoned. Yes, the clean lady listened. Beautiful, he replies, smiling. As he looks at you, something sparkles in his eyes. Tell me, are you here to make things right again? Honestly, I'm just trying to not screw anything up. Beautiful, he says again. A nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones. I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. It's Friday, though. I told him about you, and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting. He nods towards door 28. Is it Friday tonight? It feels like Friday. It does feel like the end of the week. It's so magical, the white falling against the black. Why would I want to meet your friend? Trust me, you do. Okay. Well, I'll talk to him, but first I want to talk to you. That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me. He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush. Besides, I've got to run. He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad. Something tells me you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again. I just found you again. Just look at it. Gestures towards distant motorways, all leading to Golden La Delta. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this? He's right. Only losers go to bed early. Time to break out the booze. A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club, music blasting over the entire district. It's chilly, and as the chemicals hit his nervous system, 1,000 shivers ripple through his body. Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important. Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words. We'll talk, the smoker assures you, brushing his hand through his hair. Just not tonight. Level up! Yo, is there a party? No, it's just one guy. Take care, alright? He says with another disarming smile before slipping off into the night. There's something so different about him that I just can't put my finger on. Different, of course. He smells good. Why on earth does he smell so good? He smells good. Lieutenant squints his eyes, trying to hold back laughter. That's weird, right? He smells good and that's weird. He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter. Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember? He nods at the apartment door before you. His absolute composure. That was me during the honor cop section. Chris, if you haven't watched the VOD on that, I recommend you watch. It's a couple episodes back. It's not the honor cop episode, but it's the episode before it. I did the honor cop section and I fucking killed that one. Alright, we're never going to be able to talk to this guy again as soon as we leave this place, so... Okay, well, I'll take that. Well, must have been quite the party, sir. Underground parties? Oh, there are parties. Alright, who are you, sir? Yeah, I'm actually going to get more water for this. I'll be right back. Just a real quickie. All right. Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia. The man in business casual removes his cufflinks. You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason, you feel this man is your superior. Superior, but he's not in the command chain. His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances. My name is Charles Villegruin, and I'm an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stability on assignment from Sir Lecliffe. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I'm here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging. No. First, ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot. Yes, making clear you're the one setting the terms here. Yeah, let's fuck with him. Who do you think he's assisting? You? Who does he think he is? Assisting you? Before we get to that, tell me where you get this beautiful silk robe from. Oh, we got it from an atelier at the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop was now out of business. That's really all I can tell you about it. He forms a little rooftop from his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony. That didn't work at all. What was that? You were supposed to fuck with him, not compliment the decor. Lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods with you to proceed. What's an official like you doing in Martinez? Nice. The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. He raised his index finger. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment? Well, I'm renovating it. It's an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This has, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. He smiles. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here. Wait, hang on, what? So you're some kind of bureaucrat? Yes, as I said before, I'm a commissioner from Sir Lecliffe, working for the Institute of Price Stability. He glanced at his watch. This is one of the main projects of the moral intern. Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the moral intern is joking or not. So what is this international community? I'm going to fuck this up so hard. La Communauté Internationale is what Ravacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution. And what do I call the coalition? Your employer, technically speaking, the governing authority of Revachol, the governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration. Struggling. What is the price stability? It is the most important thing. That doesn't tell me anything. It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintain high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability. All this French is fucking up my brain. Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change. Precisement. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. Below 2% of what? But not too far below. No, 2 below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%. No, 2% of what? You're not answering my question. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet? Okay, sure, give me a leaflet, fine. A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'etre, I kind of got that one, of the moral intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. He pats his pockets, but I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency. I'm sure that'll be very useful. I've heard about this moral intern before, but I want to know more. Take a pamphlet to just throw out later. Oh, if only. It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability, oh finally, we're talking about it normally, is just one of its many mind babies, as the coalition. Oh, so we're actually working for the moral intern? That isn't so bad. He nods. There are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern. Probably better ones too. Are you a moralist? But of course. But why? Because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values. Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me. Martinez? No, Martinez is something else. What about the rest of Revachol? Is that part of the normal world? Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking. He gives an approving nod. It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D, none of the above. Is that moralism? Is this option D usually the most reasonable answer? Yes, everything else is super extreme. It's like I'm living with a bunch of lunatics. Sounds like you're a moralist indeed, my friend. Welcome. Moralism is all about compromise and achieving the achievable. It's pragmatic, realistic, and level-headed. An ideology for doers. Are you a doer, my friend? It looks like to me like you are. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Hang on. Am I a moralist? Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values? But what is a normal, stable world? The oxen is part of the normal world. Orange, stir le clef. Okay, this is the same shit. I don't think I'm a moralist. Moralism sounds incredibly boring. I want more action. Do you think peace is boring? What about prosperity? Peace sounds pretty good. Exactly. I don't find it boring. I find it fulfilling. Peace is what allows me to have my morning coffee, my afternoon guff, my sundown friends. Your sundown friends? Are you a moralist? Me? You've managed to catch the lieutenant off guard, but only for a moment. He quickly recomposed himself. I'm a lieutenant of the RCM dedicated to maintaining law and order in Revachol. Very moralist answer, the man nods. The lieutenant is practicing the art of putting on a show for one's superiors. That's the most non-answer ever. Yeah, it just sounds like a snooze fest. My friend, that is only because you've never known the alternative, and I pray you never do. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Okay. I love how he's even sexually moralist. Yeah, that's the thing. He doesn't even care about who he has sex with. This guy is the final boss of moralism. The CEO of moralism. Okay. Tell me about Sir Leclerc. Oh, what's there to say? Sir Leclerc is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it's a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes. What makes Revachol Sir Leclerc's darling? You could take a silk robe? Yeah, I took the robe and the hat. The robe and the hat, baby. Because a great percent of Revachol's culture hails from Sir Leclerc. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area. Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercilessly spared of Sir Leclerc's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes. Tell me about Orange. Orange is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sir Leclerc, Orange is probably the most prominent member of the international community. Which one of them is more EPIS? As founding members, they are both very epis. Orange carries a lot of political weight, while Sir Leclerc takes care of the business side of things. Sir Leclerc hosts the headquarters of the major epis institutions. Okay, but outside of epis, what is Orange? Orange's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services, and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community. Can't you just talk like a normal person? About what? About Orange. Just tell me what it's like there. Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less immersed nations to follow. Enough business, let's talk about something else. Damn, there's a lot to go through here, actually. We might be here for a bit. You actually witnessed the lynching? I'm sorry to say I did, officer. The man gives a solemn nod. Is it because you did it? No. This is just the break we've been looking for. Easy, detective. No need to jump to conclusions. He eyes the spectacled man near the window, who smiles and spreads his hands. Start from the... you can actually push him on whether or not he did it, but... it'll just make him angry, and he won't answer any more questions, so I'm not going to do that. Start from the beginning, if you don't mind. Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play. Lieutenant is already scribbling down notes. What do you mean, like in a play? It's just so strange. I can barely comprehend what's happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. Remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body, and I saw the surrounding windows go dead one by one. That's when I understood I should not be seeing this. Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Interesting. He was dead already. We found the bullet, Kim. Excuse me. I feel like I was supposed to have this conversation earlier. Whoops. Who were they? Can you describe them? I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. They're loud and very martinets. He pauses, looking for the right wording. Let's just say that the laboring class can get rather expressive with their profanities. How many of them were there? I couldn't tell exactly. Less than 10, maybe 8? Lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number. Oh yeah. Were any of them huge? Like 200 kilograms huge? That's a giant you're describing. No, they're all quite human so far as I could tell. At least he's talking normally now. What happened next? I went back inside. Yes, back inside. Keep yourself safe from the killing. Were you able to see anything from inside? Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see. I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill the poor man. Were they men, women? All men, I presume, but again, I couldn't see very clearly. But we're very certain the lady driver was present. The lieutenant flips through his notes. Are you sure at least one of them wasn't a woman? It's possible, officer, but I can't say it with certainty. It was very dark, you must remember. What ethnicity were they? I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Arabites among them, and I'm quite certain one spoke with a Mexican accent. What happened next? Well, that's a strange part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for public lynching. What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched a guy. Well, eventually the shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything. Why didn't you call the RCM? The man wipes his glasses. You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add. About what time was all this happening, approximately? All I can say is that it was late. You didn't check your watch? My watch? He looks at his watch, though noticing it for the first time. Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight, give or take. So let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you? No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day. Seems this wasn't the break you were hoping for. Think we have everything we need? The lieutenant says, closing his notebook. Thank you for talking to us, Mr. Volition. Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM. Tell me about your friend? Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra. Life has not been easy for him, but he understands the importance of education. He's taking his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters. What's Kedra? Kedra is a candidate member of EPIS, but between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue. What do you mean? That is never going to happen. They ended negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since. He even admits it's not going to happen. What's this EBIS thing you keep talking about? Oh, EBIS is a very special program developed by Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see. Oh, it's metric. Okay. God, yes, sweet standardization, the backbone of rationality and commerce. Actually, are centimeters metric? Centimeters are metric, right? Yeah. I don't even know. It was such a wild success that we expanded into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by the success. Emboldened to take EBIS to the next level. Okay, but like, what does it stand for? Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole. No, what do the letters stand for? It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We're very excited to take it to the next level. That's not what I was asking you. You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you? A supernatural political alliance with the United States of Occident. Is it going to be like this place here? You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy. Is Revachol going to be part of EPIS? It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure. Did you say that candidate members never become real members? No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time and evaluation. We're talking about my friend here, not politics. How'd you two even become friends? Oh, how did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isla. Oil platforms ablaze in the night, civil wars lasting for years. Finally, the international community is forced to step in. What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way. Au contraire. It's how millions of people end up where they are, meaning the people they meet. It's how I came here, and my friend too. You haven't told me who he is. Sorry, who? The man throws a quick glance at his watch. Your friend, the smoker on the balcony. We were just talking about him. But I told you, officer, he's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It's the cornerstone of our civilization. Fine, but what's his real name? Officer, you have to understand, I can't keep his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation. So all you can tell me about him is that you're here to study the arts? He's here to study the arts? He's deeply enmeshed in the study of fine arts, yes. Which arts? He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts, perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows. The world is open wide for a talented youth like him. I think the art he does is fucking. What are you doing in his apartment by yourself? I'm just enjoying the view. The man smiles, nodding at the window. What view? It's dark outside. Listen, he says, raising his hand. A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment. Someone's baby's crying. No, listen, he says again, looking outside. The Insulindian Bay. What about it? This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million rail view stays. You can't take that away. He knocks on the balcony door, his face mirrored in the darkened glass. I was asking about your friend. My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee. Isn't it rude for your friend to leave you like this? We're old friends. Nothing taboo between us. He comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's very active. Damn, this guy's dipping and dodging around all my questions. I had something else in mind. I'm all ears, officer. Got all I need. A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. Hold on, why can't we talk later? It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen, he pauses. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well. That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. The men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night. Hold on, I'm redoing that. That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night. Thanks for the heads up, and my work is done. Of course, I'm sorry I couldn't be the break you were looking for. Good luck with your investigation. Well. In typical Moral Intern fashion, That was useless. And if we go back in, I believe. Oh wait, no, we have to knock again. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we can't go back inside. That's why I stole the clothes. Yes. This sleazy, silky bathing robe in vibrant blues features a roaring dragon on its front, ready to take off into the night. A red belt has provided for fastening. It's culturally insensitive, but only for people who are not from Seoul. Real Seoulites probably don't care. This is why Kim wasn't mad at me taking it. Alright, I'll go back to my apartment and then we'll end it there. All right. Oh, damn, we almost got to 2 hours. Thank you all for coming, including you, mystery fourth viewer. Hello. Good night. God bless. See you all another time.